Let's talk about the inbound play to get Kaleb Smith the winning bucket. He found himself wide open underneath the goal, and somehow there was still 1 second left after he made the shot. I thought he was holding onto the ball too long and then he wasn't going to get it off, but he ended up putting it in for the winning shot. Talk about the design of that play out of the timeout.
You know what? In that particular situation, I just kind of figured that they would guard Charlton. And so what we wanted to do is we wanted to use him as a decoy. I think, the most important thing was the fact of the pass. And it took a lot of courage to make that pass. He was wide open for a split second, but we just wanted to try to bait him to see if they'll cover Charlton, and we had a Sean Grant coming over the flare. So we were very fortunate to win this game. As you mentioned, the rebounding situation was, to me, it was horrendous. As many second shot opportunities we gave up tonight, we are very, very fortunate to get out of here.
Talked about the winning shot, the shot to tie it up from Sean Grant. He hadn't made a shot all game long. He hadn't shot that many, and you were going defense for offense, subbing him in with Jamil Donovan as far as who was on the floor when one team had the ball or the other. And Sean hadn't made a shot. The ball movement was excellent on the play, and he found himself open. You got to think that that's the guy you want shooting if you need a three at the end of a game.
Absolutely. You know what? And it's what we talked about the last couple of days ago, is that when guys get in the gym and they put in the shots, Sean came back in the gym the last couple of days and put up a lot of shots. We spent, each and every day that we had an opportunity to get in and shoot, we'd spend about 30 minutes getting some shots up. And like I told him on the bench, I said, you know what? You're going to be rewarded. And I said, so go in the game, get in the game, and guess what? You're going to hit the three. I'm not worried about that. You're going to hit the three. And he did, because I knew he put in the work, and that's what it's all about. So yes, the ball did move. We finally got the ball circled around enough and got it to him, and he knocked it down. And I'm proud of that young man.
Kaleb Smith had another solid game, not only making the game-winning shot, he finished with 14 points, and he was really solid in the first half for your team. Was saddled with a little bit of foul trouble, but he powered through it and had another solid game for you.
You know what he did? I'm proud of Kaleb. He came back. He felt like he actually asked to watch film on Mid-America Christian, spent some time on it, thought that they really took advantage of him in the last game that we had played, and he manned up. And that's what you have to do, and that just takes courage and pride to make sure that you're not going to go through that situation again, and he did. He's been playing really well for us the last couple of games, and we need him. Another person that I thought did a really good job is, and he doesn't score a lot of points, but I tell you what, man, for a freshman, Jamil Donovan going out there, I thought he changed the tempo of the game by getting up in pressure. And a couple of times I think I kept him in there too long, but he's a fighter. So he did a great job too.
You come into this game knowing that Charlie Shorter is a conference leading scorer, and he's an excellent scorer. He can do it from anywhere on the floor. What's the game plan coming in to try to combat Charlie Shorter?
There's not really much you can do. I mean, the guy can score without basically looking at the basket. He is a scorer. You just have to accept the fact that he's going to make baskets, but you just can't get rattled by it. And I thought for the most part we kept our composure. We know he's going to get about 15 to 25 a night. The one thing that we did want to do is we wanted to make sure that he couldn't hit that 20-25 mark. But he's an exceptional player. I mean, every once in a while you see guys that can score like that. And he's one, and the team has a lot of confidence in him. And it's not just him. I mean, you think about Angelo Lewis. I mean, he's brought a great deal to this team. He's made this team a very good team. I think of him as a guy that's a glue guy for their program. But that's a well-coached team. Coach does a great job with them. They're very competitive, and there's no question why they're in the position they are in this conference.
You're in the middle of a tough stretch playing here on a Tuesday. You turn around and go to Chickasha on Thursday. You're starting to see some of the teams that you've already seen in conference play turn around and play them for a second time. You got a big win over a then top 20, top 15 team at USAO at your place early on in the season. What do you expect out of the game on Thursday night?
You know what? Just like tonight, I expect when we show up there, those guys are going to have they feel comfortable in their place. They're going to come in feeling really good. They're going to compete. They're going to play hard, but that's how they play everywhere they go. So we have to go in and hopefully meet their same level of energy, because if not, I tell you, it's going to be a battle. If we don't meet that level of intensity at their place, if we don't get our butts on the glass and rebound like we're supposed to, it could be a very long night. So that's one thing we have to focus on. We only have one day to really kind of prepare. The most you can do is just get as much rest as you can and just go out there and battle. I tell you, and that seems to be the theme of this conference, that every time you suit up, it's a battle.
All right, Coach. Thanks very much. The Stars win it in thrilling fashion tonight.